What's up, guys? Brian Elwood. Welcome back to the Aligned Coach podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about cold DMing because it's funny. It works, and lots of people do it, and you probably get a lot of these yourself. But when you talk to people about it, a lot of people, if they're being honest, they'll open up to you and say, I hate cold DMing. Like, it sucks. And, there's got to be a better way. The industry's getting really burned out on this, and there's every other day in a Facebook group, somebody will post something about, complaining about people spamming their inbox. And then if you look at all the comments, everybody's, feels the same. And so, it's kind of a funny thing. It does work, right? And the reason why people do it and teach it is because it's technically the fastest path to cash. Like, there was a contest to see who could get the most clients by Friday, and I was in that contest. I'd probably, follow up with every single person in my database. I'd email everyone, and then I'd go on, Instagram and Facebook, and I would like rekindle every single message I have on there from the past with people and see if they want to jump on a phone call with me, like a quick 10-15 minute call, see if I can, help them out, and then offer, to do another call where we talk about my program. And that would work, like in terms of trying to get the most clients by the end of the week. That would be what I would do, right? I don't have like a huge knowledge of like turning on paid ads or something. I'm sure like there's obviously faster ways if you know what you're doing, but since I don't currently have that skill set of like cranking up ads and filling up my calendar with calls, that's what I would do as the next best thing in order to get a bunch of calls and enroll as many clients as possible. So you can understand why if a coach has a program and it says, hey, join this, I'll help you hit 10,000 a month or 20,000 a month or whatever, they're going to teach you to do that because the people who join that program want to make as money as fast as possible. A lot of people join those programs though, and they don't really know that that's what they're getting into until they're already in it, that that's the strategy that they're going to be taught, and or they don't know how much they're going to dislike doing something like that until they've already done it for, a month or two or three consistently. And that was what my experience was. I learned that technique and got the business up to doing $25,000 a month or so, which of course is great, but like it's not sustainable, and I didn't like it. And I felt like I was just playing a numbers game and essentially pissing off a bunch of people, or just kind of spamming their inbox in order to, get those one or two people that would play ball with me. And it's funny, it reminds me of the real estate investing days. We would literally send out thousands of postcards to homeowners every week, knowing that a lot of people would get pissed, say, take me off the list, throw it in the trash. It would only like 1 to 3% of the people to actually call us back and want to talk. And so we were willing to play that numbers game of like, let's hit people, let's send out 5,000 postcards this week, and we'll get like 30, 50 phone calls or something like that. And then a bunch of other calls where people are mad. Anyways, like the messenger game reminds me of that a little bit. And what I've learned kind of the hard way is that the reason why that's a bit of an abrupt thing that kind of is a turnoff to people is because, and this is a Ryan Deiss quote from Digital Marketer. He says, sales needs to follow the same process as a normal, healthy human relationship. So in other words, like you think about the dating game and how it happens when it happens very naturally. Like you might meet somebody through a friend, and then you might like see them again, and then maybe you hit it off a little bit, so you decide to like go grab coffee, and then you do lunch, or then you do dinner, and then you go out on a date, and then things get romantic. That's the natural process, and people like it when it happens that way versus like you get drunk and like have a one night stand and you're like, what the hell happened, right? People like it to follow that normal, healthy process of a human relationship. That dynamic also exists when it comes to doing business with people, and people want to like gradually get to know you, make sure that you're worth their time, that you can add value to them, that they can trust you, and then they might take the next step with you. But the next step is not to marry you. It might be to go out on a date. And in the business world, in the education world, that could equate to like giving you their email address in exchange for some free thing or buying a lower priced product. That leads me to my advice to you is that if you want to sell like high ticket coaching, if you want to have a premium program, which I recommend you do, whether one-on-one coaching or group coaching or something like that, that you're paid well for what you do. I'm not going to go into exactly how to set your price because that's a whole nother topic. But we're not talking about hundreds of dollars, we're talking about thousands of dollars. I'll say that much. So that's something you should have, but getting somebody cold that you've never talked to like that you don't know and they don't trust you, and being like, yo, what's up? I'm in your inbox, pay $5,000 for my program. It won't work, it'll work like 1 out of 100 times or whatever. So you're asking somebody to cross a long bridge, with you right out of the gate. You don't know me to give me thousands of dollars to work with me. And what I recommend is putting some other stops along the way. Like let's say you just want to sell one-on-one coaching, then what I would recommend is that you create a free or low priced product to offer as your front end thing. And then from there, you upsell people into your one-on-one. Like if you've been doing this for a while, you've gotten results with people, your process well enough to create an online course, that's a fantastic thing you can do to put as your front end offer. And you can just point everybody, all those people in the online world, into like a webinar to sell the course. And then you can offer those course buyers to work with you one-on-one. Those people are going to be way more likely to work with you. Like my last 3 or 4 one-on-one clients, they all bought my course called Nail Your Niche. And they liked it so much that they said, hey, I want more from this guy. How can I work with you? And they reached out to me. I didn't cold DM them at any point. They reached out to me. And when we hopped on the phone to see if we should work together, it was maybe a 20 or 30 minute call just to go over the details, me finding out what they want and just determining whether or not I can get it for them. I didn't have my fancy sales script to the side, and I wasn't, trying to objection handle and all that BS. And so, it's like the difference between, like going like someone you've never met versus like one of your friends, like the dynamic between you and those two different people would be completely different. Well, someone that has already checked out your content, watched your webinar, purchased your course, they're going to be so much more likely to say yes to working with you because they trust you and they've already gotten value from you. They've already given you money and you gave them something in exchange. It was worth more than that, which is why it's important that your products are really good. And so I recommend, if you have that high ticket program, you don't need to go out into the world and try to point everybody to a sales call with you to join that high ticket program. Put something before that warms them up, allows them to take a micro commitment with you, and then they can take a bigger one once they trust you more. It's easier to do it that way than, the latter, which is why you have to send so many damn DMs to get a client, because none of those people know you. They're not warmed up yet. And you're sitting there in Messenger trying to add value. I mean, of course, like people will say, well, you need to get on the phone with these people and do like a free coaching call, and then they'll trust you. And that's true. You could have that as like your front end thing, like just hop on a call, I'll help you for free. You're going to be doing a lot of damn calls if that's your plan. I personally don't want to do that. I would much rather let a free download or a mini course or an actual course or a book or something like do the trust building for me versus me getting on a free call with every single person just to get to know them and warm them up. So that could be a lead magnet. It could be a lower price or a mid price. It could even be a course that you're going to sell for $500, $1,000, $1,500 that then leads people into working with you more. So that's what I recommend you do. And in my brand new course, Nail Your Niche, in the product or program module, which is module 4 out of 4, there's 4 total modules, that is what we go over. We actually develop your entire program. We decide whether it's going to be one-on-one, group, whether it's going to include an online course, what the different modules are going to be, and how you're going to stack that, what they call a value ladder, to point people into whatever your free or cheaper thing is, to then warm them up to the more premium price thing. And then that is how you cut out all the cold DMs and you let your business represent the same way that a normal, healthy human relationship evolves. The way people come in and experience your suite of products is the same. That's what you want. If you want to learn more about the course, read the description down below and email me, brian@brianelwood.net. If you're ready to join, the course even comes with one-on-one coaching calls with me. Hope that helps, guys. I'm out of here. Have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon.